Welcome to this video, guys. In this video we're going to learn about the authorization. Okay, so before going to authorization, I want to give a small difference between authentication and authorization. Authentication always indicates who you are. Okay, it is meant for identity confirmation. Okay, so who is this guy? This guy is existed in our system or not? Okay, that is authentication. Second one is authorization. Authorization means granting a permission to do certain activity. Okay, we are giving the access to do certain activity. That is what you can do. That is indicate the authorization. So okay, so if your authentication failed, we will give http code of 401 unauthorized. If authorization fails, we will give 403 is forbidden. Okay, we already seen how we can do authentication using the JWT, so that we will generate a token. Okay, we can pass the token in authorization header for to protected APIs. Okay, in this way we will do authentication. Now we will going to see how authorization we will do. Before going to authorization, we have to define some roles. We have a three roles defined in our project. Okay, those are user, admin, super admin. Okay, super admin is like owner of the business, so he can have hell lot of permissions. I mean, every permission he have. Okay, including admin management, everything. Super admin. Coming to the admin have limited number of permissions. Okay, so he can manage the slots, he can manage the users, he can manage the tickets. Okay, these kind of things admin can manage. Next, user is he's like an employee. You have only very limited access, that too related to his own work, that is creating the tickets. You have to check what is available slots and make the tickets. This is the simple permission user have. Okay, these are the roles first we have defined. Okay, so based upon these roles they have the permissions. Okay, before coming to the permissions, on which resource, on which role, and what is the permission they have, I have just know dropped this table so that you understand better. Let's suppose we want to see parking slots. How many slots are there? View permission. So every role have that permission. User, admin, super admin, of course. Parking slots. So to create a parking slots, admin has the permission and super admin have the permission, but user don't have the permission. He only can see. Okay, while tickets. Okay, ticket, creating the ticket. Once customers is come, so user is the one employee who will create the ticket. I mean, ticket, a parking ticket. Okay, so admin can read, a super admin can read. If they want, we can give update and delete. Okay, so if you see, admin can update and delete the tickets which is created by the user also. Admin and super admin. Okay, I mean, for admin I didn't given the permission of delete, but super admin we can give. Okay, user creation. Okay, users, their own profile they can read and they can update. Okay, but they cannot create a user themselves. Okay, so admin will create, read, update, delete. Of course, super admin also can do everything. For admins, okay, admins cannot create themselves. Okay, super admin able to create. Okay, uh, read, delete, update the admins. Okay, system configurations, it is leave it, it's not so important. Okay, so this is the permission table. I mean, okay, this is for a glance I have given, but if you go into the code, so we have given a facility that we can add more resources. Okay, but roles are only three as of now. Okay, if you want in a higher organizations, they have different more roles, so that they will add. Okay, for simplicity I am keeping only the three roles. Okay, we can understand better. Okay, now coming to the code part, this is the theory, right? Let's go to the code part. First of all, I will show you the models. Okay, before going to the models, I will tell you who will create these rules and these permissions. I mean, these permissions. Okay, so super admin is the guy. I mean, the owner of the company. You can say he can create what are the rules he want. He can create what are the permissions you want to give to specific resource for the specific role. Okay, that facility only, only and only with the super admin. That is our business owner. Okay, now go to the resources. Okay, see, I have given a simple one. Okay, I don't want to make it complicated, just a name and description. Let's suppose a parking lot. Okay, give a simple description of it. That's it, we create a resource. Now coming to the role access. So what we will do, role here. Okay, we'll choose the role. Okay, of course, we'll choose the admin role. Let's suppose say then resources parking lot. For the parking lot for admin, we can give the create, read, update, delete all the permissions. This is the actions. Okay, so we can give this much. So now there is a question. See, admin is creating, sorry, super admin is creating the roles and resources, and he's able to create the admin. Of course, he can do all other things as well, and admin can create the user. Okay, but who is going to create the super admin? How we create the super admin? This is the question, right? So in real time in the production scenarios, never ever expose an API to create a super admin. If you expose, then it will become a loophole in your system. I mean your entire architecture. So don't expose an API for creating the super admin. So instead of that, what they will do in a production, database administrators, they will create a super admin. Otherwise, we will seed a script which will create the super admin. In this specific one, I am seeding a script, okay, which will create the super admin. But before that, if you see how I am passing the super admin credentials, if you see .env file here, okay, .env file is environment variable file, okay, which we never push to the GitHub or anywhere. In production, what we'll do in the production mission, they will set up this environment variables. Okay, super admin Ramesh, super admin email. Okay, I mean password, name, email, password I have given. Okay, now coming to the seeding code. Okay, we are collecting these details. Okay, from the process.env, and role is of course super admin. I'm taking the mongoose package, of course, configuration file and user model. Okay, so now I'm connecting to the MongoDB using the MongoDB string, and then I am first finding is there is super admin is existing. Okay, if it is already existing, then we're just disconnecting and telling super admin is already existed. But in some business cases, let's suppose that they have more than two partners in the business. Okay, so they both want super admin access. In that case, we should not do this kind of check, because maybe we will check, but we will check it is with respect to the length. Okay, here I will do only find one. In my case, I have only one owner. If you want, you can, you know, you have the facility. I mean, you can code according to your business need. You have to code. Okay, there is nothing harm in that if your business is aligned. Okay, so as of now, for the simplicity, I am making only one super admin for my application. That's it. So now I'm creating the super admin. Once I created, I'm just printing it is successful. And of course, we have to disconnect the MongoDB and process will be exited. Okay, this is the code. Let's create a super admin. Okay, actually previously I run the script. That's why I have a record. Let me delete this record from MongoDB. Okay, okay, okay. Now I am in parking lot system. Let me come to the backend. Okay, come to the backend. npm run seed. Okay, see, before that, let me show what I have written in package.json. In package.json, there is a object called scripts. Okay, in this, if you have something customized, you know, command you want to execute, you can create like this. If you see, I have created a seed. Okay, in this I have a command node srb scripts. This is just a path of this js file. Okay, srb script this js file. Okay, so if you run npm run seed, it will run this command. If you see here, npm run seed I have given, I clicked and enter. Then if you see, this command will be run node srb script, this one. Okay, it was run. Okay, it was connected to the MongoDB, and it has created my super admin successfully, and this is email and password. If you go to the my MongoDB, okay, so this is my database. Okay, in this one I have the users collection. So let me just refresh. Okay, now see, I have created the record of the super admin is created. If you closely observe, the password is encrypted. So this is the best practice, that the data in the rest, that means inside the database, wherever the PII data, which means personal identification information data, should be encrypted. It is the strict, you can say, security principle you have to follow. Okay, especially who are working with, bankings and fintech companies. Okay, it is not about the fintech will take more, concern about the security, but remaining also, you have to be make PII data more secure. Okay, so you have to encrypt and then place in the database. So now the super admin is created successfully. In the next video, sorry, In the next video, we're going to see how we'll create the roles and resources and roles, okay, using the super admin credentials. Thank you for listening.